Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This presentation shows why Twendee successfully prevented dementia. And then there is a pharmaceutical development failure is background. If you cut that apple and stay in the air, of course, its color changed to brown. This is oxidation. Same thing will be happen in our body. Aspirations oxygen, and then it is used for that energy production. But roughly 2% of the oxygen was not used, and these are converted to that nitrate radicals. And then oxidative stress, that's active oxygen, active nitrogen, and others have a target molecules. That's damages on the protein, amino acid, lipid, nucleic acid. And then that causes degenerations, inactivation, and lipid peroxidation. And finally, DNA damage. So cellular membranes defect, denatured protein accumulation, and DNA mutations. That finally cause lifestyle-related disease. This slide shows oxidative stress, reactive oxidative species, ROS, causing the cellular adherence, DNA damage, membrane lipid oxidation, no inactivation, and LDL oxidation. That's cause inflammations, cancer, tissue injury, hypertension, arteriosclerosis, and brain ischemia, and also that the dementia. Gas is difficult to image by yourself, so I would like to explain about the two final products from oxidative stress. The one is hydrogen peroxide, which is used for that washing clothes, okay, that is whitening. And another one is hypochlorous acid, which was used for that the infections or the odors. And then the two ingredient is produced in our body, especially in white blood cell. Neutrophils uses these two ingredients to kill germs. Neutrophils phagocyte or eat the bacteria or virus, but cannot destroy. They use enzymes and hydrogen peroxide and hypochlorous acid to destroy the bacteria. So, in other words, oxidative stress is supporting our immune systems. However, if you touch to that hydrogen peroxide, that's going to be cause a widely change, and then inflammation starts. If in your body overdose of the hydrogen peroxide exists, that means your whole body have inflammations. This book was written by Professor Karl Rapp, and then this book telling about the story of Alzheimer's, how not to study a disease. A neurobiologist, Professor Karl Rapp, explained why the Alzheimer's discoveries of the 1990s didn't bear fruits and maps the direction for future research. And then what's he telling about is some, long approach of the scientist. In 2006, Matthew Shore of Vanderbilt University in the US pointed out the possible irregularities in a paper of Alzheimer's disease published in Nature. And then what they found is some irregularity existing. What they found is original data was several bands was cutted, and then dark colored, and color changes, and the correlations coefficient is 0.98. That meaning is these data were same, but looks like a different. And then publish the data was totally wrong. And then that the data shows amyloid beta is the main cause of the Alzheimer's disease. And then the whole pharmaceutical company failed to develop that amyloid beta reducing drugs because amyloid beta itself is just a result of that Alzheimer's result, not of the cause. And then there is a problems of pharmaceutical product. It's only allowed to use after the diagnosis, not for MCI. It's a mild cognitive impairment. This is just before that dementia. And then pharmaceutical is only single material is authorized. Only one protein, only one enzyme, only one chemical, or something like that. And then the multiple composition is not pharmaceutical. So this is a scheme of that oxidative stress and then Alzheimer's relation SIPS. Basic disease like hypertension, diabetes mellitus, acute stroke, small vessel diseases, all causes are oxidative stress. And then once oxidative stress happen, inflammation and the inflammation start. And then inflammation in the brain start to that amyloid beta productions, okay? And then amyloid beta once, accumulated, this circle is going round, round, round. And then finally, Alzheimer's disease started. Also, not only the Alzheimer, not only the amyloid beta, also many, many garbage like a tau protein and so on are related to this, excess of evidence. So this is the clinical course of Alzheimer's disease. It takes like 25 years to development, and then maybe 10 years after the development. So let's see, if you are age 50, you looks like healthy, but after the age 65, mild cognitive impairment started. And then secondary, dementia will gonna be started. And then already amyloid beta start to accumulate at age 50. So you do not recognize that, you are starting at Alzheimer's disease. And then once you have a symptoms of a dementia, you go into the doctors. That is too late because too many garbage like amyloid beta already, in your brain. So there is several points to preventions. First point is before the MCI starting, if you feel that, little bit cognitive impairment, going to the doctor and then have to diagnosis. You have to do that something here. And the secondary prevention is just before that real dementia startings. So what is very important is bottom one, green one, lifestyle, supplement, some dementia prevention program. It's going to be contained in physical things, and then many trial is on the way. And then the next stage is yellow one, is amyloid beta depositions. But you cannot remove that amyloid beta once it's going to be accumulated in the brains. Some tau proteins, and then finally, nerve cell death starting. So in this stage, you have no prevention method in your life. So the very important thing is, if you are healthy, it's okay. But if you started that MCI, go to the doctor, start something. I invented the Twendee. That's ingredient is very simple, 8 things, vitamins, amino acid, and coenzyme Q10s. But this composition have a very, very strong antioxidants effect. And then I did a safety test for that pharmaceutical product, because it is not necessary for that just a simple supplement, but too much strong effect. I have to do that safety test, so that all safety test was cleared. And then this data shows oxidative stress level in the blood in the normal humans. This DROMS test shows hydrogen peroxide levels. And then the normal level is below 300. All participants are a bit higher. And then you see that after 2 to 4 weeks taking Twendee, it's reduced dramatically, like 30%. And then many scientists or doctors try to reduce this parameter using that branched amino acid or anti-cholesterol drugs. But its only effects is like reducing 5 to 7% in after 6 months. So you see that this is a really strong effect on the oxidative stress. So this is mice model of Alzheimer's disease, which was developed in Okayama University, Professor Koji Abe. And then this data shows Twendee reducing that amyloid beta plaques, and then also that prevent the neural cells. And then in the brains shows oxidative stress parameter. It's above 3 parameters reducing, and same time inflammation's parameters are below 4, and that show that dramatically decreasing. That meaning is Twendee reduce oxidative stress and then reducing that inflammation in the brains. And then Japanese Association for Dementia Prevention deducted that the clinical study using the Twendee. This study was a really difficult one, multi-center, randomized, double-blind, and placebo-controlled, and prospective intervention study. This is the most difficult study to do that clinical testing. And this was published in 2019 in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease. And final data shows left-hand side is MMSE score, and the right-hand side is Hasegawa scores. Both are dementia scorings. And then Twendee increasing these scores. Usually, like Alzheimer's disease drugs, prevents that, downgrading. But you see that the dementia level is not prevented, but also that, going to that the good side, shiftings. So this is the first data of using a supplement in the dementia. It's a really significantly preventions. And recently, we published this manuscript. Why does antioxidant complex 20X prevent dementia? And there is a lot of factors. I will show several factors. This data is ICDD, it's France. It's a special company to measurement the oxidative stress. They're using cell lines and they put in the 20X. And then what they found is reducing the ROS, like mitochondria is 63%, and the cellular is 45% down. And then SOD, superoxide demostase, was really increasing in the mitochondria, 147% up, and the cellular SOD is 60% up. And this data was taken on the 2014, and then the CEO of this company told me that 20X is most effective anti-ROS in the world without side effect because it's a supplement. Okay, and then this data is metabolome analysis. This is metabolism measurement using cell lines. Green is low levels of metabolism, and the red color is increasing the metabolisms. You see that the right-hand 3 column are the 20X administrated, and then lots of red band is coming up. And in the detail shows 20X increased metabolism of mitochondria and also energy productions. Alzheimer's disease is usually brain metabolism really coming down. So that the 20X increasing that metabolism, this is a very good for that the energy in the brains. And then this data is neogenesis nerves of hippocampal dentate gluteus. And then age 6 weeks of mice, our age is like 20 years, have a quite high number of neogenesis nerve cells. And then, but after the 56, like a human age, like a 60 to 70, that's down to the 2/3. However, if that 20X was administered like 30 weeks continuously in drinking water, mice keep that same level of that young age. So the new generation of that nerve is very important to that our brains. And then this is data of the telomere length. This data is diabetic mice and old age, and then the control is just diabetic mice, and then the green one is a 20X administered 38 weeks. It's a long time, but you see that the telomere length is significantly increased. Telomere length is directly connected to your life spans. Maybe 20X will have effect on the prolong your life. And this data is oxidative stress in diabetic mice. And normal control, this data shows that DROMs, this is reflected the hydrogen peroxide level in the blood. And the normal mice is low, but just the diabetic mice have a high oxidative stress because high glucose, jumping up that ROS. And then TwendeeX administration significantly reduced this upregulated oxidative stress. This is blood glucose levels in diabetic mice. So normal control is blue line, and then diabetic mice show that the higher blood sugar. Of course, this is a oral glucose tolerance test. And then TwendeeX administration mice show that little bit lower, but significant lower the blood glucose levels. We estimating that this effect will be increasing the energy production and then consume more sugars, glucose. And this data is autophagy. Autophagy is a cleaning system in our bodies. And then Alzheimer's disease, autophagy does not work. And then amyloid beta or tau protein will be accumulated. As you see, the left-hand side control and the red bar shows that 2 band of that autophagy is almost gone. However, this is diabetic mice. However, TwendeeX administrated mice still remaining the some band of that autophagy. This meaning is your cleaning system still working in old age diabetic situations. So that this is a summary. TwendeeX is not only amyloid beta effective, but also strong antioxidant, increase SOD, increase energy productions, reduce blood glucose, and at the same time decrease insulins, and increase neogenesis of neuron in brain, retention autophagy, prolonged telomere. We believing that all of these effects are succeeded to that dementia prevention. Thank you very much for your patience.